What's going on, people? So, got a review to knock out here. There's the side of the box over there for the people that care about it. Let me go ahead and get this thing open. Normally I would have this box opened already, but for some reason I don't. I'm not sure where my mind was, but I can tell you where it wasn't. So, let's see, get those on out of here. But it is nice that these came in a box this time, unlike the infrared version that just came in a bag, and I'm not a fan of that, you know? They had that little hang tag thing. There's not even one in here. You know that you like usually see these hanging on or whatever? But still, it's not the same. It's not cool, and I don't like it. So, moving on past the negative side of things, let's talk about the positive side of things and how I like Cork stuff. And this is a Cork thing, so here we are, doing a review. Over this right here, the Nike Air Max 90 slide in Cork and I want to say coconut milk. I didn't read the side of the box, but that's what I think I saw when I saw these months ago. Anyways, so this shouldn't take very long. We're going to get through this thing fairly quickly in theory since there's not much to say. Across the bottom, what you're looking at down there, pretty much your standard Air Max 90 outsole if you've seen one before. It kind of looks like a lot like a normal 90 outsole, but this does have a little bit of cork on there, so that's cool, right? Moving on up here to the midsole and all that, looking from the side, you've got some more of that cork in the front area. Well, I guess it's not really the midsole, but the midsole here, more on the back, you got the bubble with the normal shark fin style thing. So that's all blacked out and blacked out on the inside. Otherwise, more of that coconut milk styling. Cool? Now, let's get back to what I was saying. More so on the upper of the shoe and all that. Taking a look at that whole thing. Once again, you kind of see what we're going to get into. Probably seen enough already, but I'll hit you with a quick few up close shots, you know, so that way you can walk away knowing like what they look like in detail, I suppose. Anyways, down here you got some of this cork going on the side, right? Deep here, down here in the middle, you have this blacked out Air Max thing. If you flip around to the other side, it's pretty much a mirrored effect, right? So you got the cork and the black thing going on there, and same thing as on the inside and on the outside, you have a black stitched swoosh above that, right? So there's that as far as the siding goes. Looking over at the very top, this, I'm not sure how to describe the feeling of this. It feels plasticky though. It feels like just weird, honestly. But past that, you've got this Nike Air Max on this here cork tab and everything. So that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much just going to be like pretty much it as far as the shoe goes, right? At least as far as the visual on the outside. So I can't quite call it the inside of it, but the bottom part where your foot is going to sit, down here what you're looking at, it's this kind of a weird sort of feeling. It is very stiff and whatnot. You get used to it, or maybe it just kind of breaks in over time. I don't know, but I don't notice it so much. But you have this, it will probably feel a little weird at first though, just because of how it is. But you got that going on, and that's going to be like the standard slide type material, nothing you haven't experienced before for the most part probably. But what you might have a little bit of a time getting used to is this area here. Down here where your foot is actually going to slide into, it's kind of a slim build, right? It really is. I mean, if you're looking in there, you can probably tell that, okay, it's not going to have a lot of room in there, but maybe it'll have at least enough. And it does. It has enough, right? Over time, it'll break in a little bit as this kind of thins out from you wearing it and all that stuff. But just know that up front, it's not going to feel like you want it to feel. It's going to feel very snug and all that good stuff. On the upside, it is at least like a pillow sort of thing going on in here, so it won't be uncomfortable. You just might not have as much room as you want. You can probably solve that by going up in size, but we'll get into that in a second. So, past that, I don't think I'm missing anything because it's a slide. There's not a lot to say. So let's just hit some personal thoughts and then we'll move on from there. This right here, as I said in the past, I really like the Air Max 90 slides. I have like 4 pairs of these things, right? It's one of my favorite things in the slide universe. So when I saw this pair coming out and it had cork on it, I'm like, oh, so one of my favorite things with one of my favorite things on it. So yeah, let's definitely get that. And it's an Air Max. You know, it's a trifecta of things that Tristan likes. So, perfect storm. And here we are. And I'm not disappointed in this, right? In some ways, I would have preferred a different color. If it had been mostly black with a little bit of white, maybe that'd be better because I feel like these will get dirty easily. But since they don't leave the house, maybe I shouldn't worry about that so much. But overall, just again, going back to like the visual side of it, they look very nice in person. They look very much like they did in the pictures, and from my personal experience of having others, I knew what to expect. So I'm not let down by this. I'm a little let down by that price still being like $75, but hey, wait for the sales, you know? Wait for the sales. Don't buy these at full price. But past that, I don't really think there's much else to say about this particular shoe or slide or whatever. So we'll just move on, talk about some sizing and comfort and all that stuff and get this video done. So, sizing. Now, these I believe only come in whole sizes like 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, that sort of thing. I'm a 9.5 guy, but I found that going with 9 on slides is generally what works for me. So that's what I did with these. Now, like I was saying before, they are kind of a slim sort of fit on account of the way the inside is. It breaks in over time, like my Volt pair is like solid now, you know what I'm saying? But the first couple wears you put in on these, it's not gonna feel how you want it to feel more than likely. So like I was saying before, you could just go up half a size if that's your thing. Well, up a whole size if that's your thing. Or you can just wait it out. You know, whatever you do is whatever you do. So there's that for you. But past that, past the whole comfort thing or past the whole sizing thing, the comfort on these, that's pretty nice. I do like the air bubble that they have going on in the back here. It just gives me like a nice feeling when when my heel hits the ground and all that stuff, which is why I prefer these over various other things. I covered all that in a review, so I'm not going to cover that again. But just know that these rank fairly high for me, especially for like just wearing around the home and all that good stuff. Can't go wrong with them, you know, it's a real good look in my opinion. So I think that kind of covers everything, so we're just going to wrap this up. If it doesn't, it doesn't, whatever, video's over. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I got one more video to record on this right here. What's this, some Saucony Peregrine 11? Trail shoes. I buy a lot of trail shoes, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and knock that thing out real quick and then go to work, I guess. So, I already closed out this. Yeah, we'll do it again. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll see you eventually, or I won't in case you don't feel like ever watching my videos again. I don't really care, honestly. Later, people.